Get ready for the ultimate showdown. Kang Hyen H is no ordinary hunter. He's the strongest there is, but with a curse that won't let him die, even when he wishes for it. Immortal, unbreakable, and feared by all, Kang faces a world on the brink of collapse. Today, he rises once again, alone, to face the monsters threatening humanity. But will his unbeatable strength be enough to save a world that might already be lost? Buckle up, because this is just the beginning of Kang's unstoppable journey. In Stage 3, Kang faces a formidable challenge, defeating the Gurkha chieftain. He knows that patience and determination are key to overcoming this obstacle. Wearing his ghillie suit, Kang feels a surge of excitement as he prepares to sneak in and eliminate the enemy. However, before he can proceed, he decides to learn more about the Gurkha. Kang checks his status window and is thrilled to see that he has reached level 4 with all his stats improved. While he is happy with his progress, he is slightly disappointed that his new abilities are still at the lowest rank. He allocates his extra skill points into strength, stamina, and agility. Suddenly, he remembers to check his inventory and gasps at the sight of a sword, the coolest item he has ever seen. With everything in place, Kang feels ready to find the Gurkha. Inspired by the legendary sniper, Carlos Halfcock, he crawls for about 10 hours, steadily approaching his target. As Kang nears the Gurkha camp, he spots 2 guards. He wonders if he will have to engage in combat. Unfortunately, his pants are soaked from attempting to blend in with bare grass, and bugs crawl all over him. Suddenly, a shadow looms over him. He looks up and sees a Gurkha staring down at him. At first, Kang thinks he has been caught, but then realizes he has not. Panic begins to creep in, and he tells himself to remain strong. Just then, Kang feels his calmness slipping away. Without thinking, he yells that he is going to cut it off and charges at the Gurkha. In a shocking twist, he stabs the Gurkha chieftain in a sensitive area. Kang feels bad for the Gurkha as it falls to the ground. He laughs, realizing he has cut off something useless. The other Gurkhas stare at him in disbelief, and soon, the mumble turns into a loud scream that echoes through the camp. Gurkhas emerge from all directions, surrounding Kang. Instead of feeling scared, Kang finds himself laughing. He yells that he is going to rock their world, feeling brave. With that, he unlocks the skill Raging Lion Roar of Rage. Blood flies as Kang fights, and he jumps into the second round, shouting to bring it on. He charges forward, not even wearing his ghillie suit. Kang remembers that the Gurkha's warriors leave during the day to hunt and only return at night. This means the camp is weakest during the day, and he quickly takes out 3 Gurkhas before heading for the chief's tent. Sliding through the doorway, Kang sees purple lights glowing and the Gurkha sitting on his throne. The chieftain points at him, and 2 shamans start casting their magic. Kang feels stuck by a low-rank spell, and wonders why the tutorial includes such a challenge. But he remembers that his lion's roar of rage can remove all debuffs. Taking a deep breath, he uses the skill, which scares the Gurkha but frees him from the magic's hold. With newfound energy, Kang charges forward, leaping through the air with his sword ready. He declares that everyone has a plan until they get hit by the sword, slicing down and defeating the Gurkha. He has successfully cleared Stage 3. As a reward, he receives the intermediate rank body regeneration skill. Because he completed it so quickly, he also earns the title Impatient One, which gives him an extra point to all his stats. Kang is amazed that he broke through Stage 3 in just 1 day, considering it took him a week to finish Stage 2. He starts to believe he might be really talented. At this rate, he thinks he could even conquer Stage 4 in just a few minutes. A month passes, and it has been 25 days since special squads of Awakeners were sent to clear dungeons. Amazingly, 40% of all discovered dungeons have been cleared, and civilian Awakeners continue to get stronger. The government announces that rewards will be given for these efforts. Amidst all this, Kang screams with excitement, and a voice reminds him that he is back at it again. He knows the neighbors will complain if he keeps making so much noise. Hyan, Kang's companion, peeks in and asks if he got hit in the back of the head with an arrow today. Kang steps out of his room, proudly declaring that he cleared it and went in to mess everyone up. Hyan tells him it is time to eat and expects him to throw another fit. But when she goes to congratulate him, she is surprised to see him towering above her. Hyan remarks that his face looks weird. Kang sits with a frown, feeling annoyed by the tutorial people. Hyan notices and asks why he looks so angry. She rolls her eyes and tells him to cheer up, saying he seems like a bad guy lately. Kang is surprised and reminds her not to talk to her brother like that. Hyan changes the subject and asks about stage 4. She reminds him that he is staying at her place for free. Kang explains that it is a group project where they have to be leaders and take out the dungeon core. The goal is to escape without leaving anyone behind. He says it is like pretend, where the other players act like characters in a game. They argue about whether to go forward or go back, but they decide to finish the dungeon, even though they do not have enough food. Hyan asks what is wrong, and Kang sighs. He remembers the night when the other players attacked and killed him while he was sleeping, even though he told them not to. He swallows quickly and says that every time they try, it fails. He has to use his smart brain to figure out how to get through. He laughs and says he just needs to beat up anyone who gets in his way before finishing stage 4. In the dungeon, one player says they should keep going, while another says they do not have enough food. Kang gets mad. He uses Lion's Roar Roge and tells everyone to listen to him or he will hurt them. When one of the players argues with him, Kang punches him over and over until he cries. Kang focuses on the other players and says they should follow him because he knows the way. He feels strong with his high stats. Suddenly, a skeleton attacks. Kang grabs its sword, pulls it to the side, and hits it in the head with the handle, breaking it. He says that is the last one. The other players watch in amazement as he defeats all the monsters, their bodies on the floor. With the dungeon core broken, Kang finishes stage 4. A message pops up, congratulating him with rewards. He gets a new skill called 1 Cut 2 Halves, a ring that makes him strong and smart, rank B, and a level up. He is happy with what he earned and realizes he can collect items from the monsters. The 1 Cut 2 Halves skill works just like it says, and the ring makes him immune to low-level mind magic. He feels proud of his rewards. Sweating, Kang thinks about how much stronger he is now. He does 300 one-arm push-ups, joking about special medicine. He wonders if he should go to the gym. Suddenly, his phone makes a noise. It is an alert saying a dungeon has opened and everyone should stay inside. He hears screams and sees lowlifes attacking. He cannot find a sword, so he grabs a kitchen knife. He yells at the lowlifes, knowing he cannot use his skills, but he has their attention. He stabs one in the head, throws its body away, and takes its sword, saying he will use it well. Kang jumps into an office building where lowlifes are trying to break in. Inside, Hyan, who works there, looks at her phone, wondering about Kang. She hears screams as something fights the lowlifes and sees a bloody flip-flop on some papers. Kang, covered in blood, says he accidentally broke it and tells Hyan that he is there, looking like a bad guy. Kang walks into the office and waves at Hyan, letting her know he has arrived. Hyan feels embarrassed because Kang is covered in blood. She asks him about his appearance as others stare at him in shock. A man suddenly confronts Kang, angry that he destroyed the barricade. Hyan quickly explains that Kang is the department chief. Kang apologizes, saying he cannot control his strength. He reassures everyone that there is no need to worry about the monsters because he defeated them alone. Kang then instructs everyone to pick up weapons. He tells them that even normal people can handle a lowlife if they stay calm. When Kang starts to leave, Hyan asks where he is going. Kang says he wants to be ready for the upper floors and hopes to get some rest later. Later, Hien treats Kang's wounds. Kang asks if it is wise to use water since their situation is uncertain. Hien tells him to stay quiet because it is a saline solution. She comments that Kang gets hurt often, even when he tries to act tough. Kang explains that he usually uses his regeneration skill to recover, but cannot use it now. Hien warns him to be careful since he cannot come back to life if he dies. She teases him, saying it serves him right for getting hurt. Despite Hien's warnings, her colleagues are curious about Kang. One senior even asks Hien if she would introduce Kang to them. Kang blushes and wonders if Hien would be okay with someone who curses a lot. That night, Kang wakes up to a strange status window. He overhears people talking about a succubus, a nightmare demon in disguise. Kang suspects that the women around him might be part of a trap. By the campfire, Kang reflects on the stages of his journey. He realizes everything is part of a bigger plan. He apologizes for cursing God and decides to be cautious. When Kang wakes up again, he sees that the army has arrived. However, as soldiers shoot at the monsters, a powerful red lowlife appears. It easily destroys a truck and kills soldiers. Kang watches in shock as the situation worsens. The red lowlife turns its dangerous aura toward him. Confusion reigns among the soldiers as one reports that Squad 3 has been wiped out. Corporal Jung Ja-hoon, nursing a headache from an earlier accident, demands to know about their signaler and requests backup. He learns that they are sending a civilian talent, a term used for their version of awakeners. Frustrated, Hoon wonders if they are really sending just one person to handle the situation. Suddenly, a red lowlife leaps from the truck. Hoon tries to fire his gun, but it jams at the worst moment. As the lowlife approaches, Kang quickly throws a piece of concrete, hitting the creature squarely in the face and sending it flying. Hoon watches in shock as Kang hops onto the truck and asks if the soldiers are okay. With a creepy smile, Kang assures them that many people depend on him in this situation. Feeling panicked, Hoon points his gun at Kang, accusing him of being a monster. Kang insists he is human and tells Hoon to lower his weapon. Hoon repeats the word human, and Kang quips if he had a stroke. Hoon admits that Kang seems strong but was caught off guard. Understanding this, Kang reassures him that he nearly died himself. Hoon thanks him, and Kang clarifies that he is not here out of a sense of justice. As Kang notices the lowlife getting back up, he realizes it might target Hien's company next. He decides it's better to handle the threat here, away from bystanders. Kang warns the soldiers not to shoot, or they will hit him too. He asks if they have tear gas, and Hoon confirms they do, instructing Kang to use it. Kang insists he doesn't need a gas mask, and warns Hoon to prevent others from shooting, as they will all die if he doesn't kill the lowlife. Hoon orders his platoon to put on gas masks and stay alert, instructing them to only shoot at monsters that approach. Kang approaches the lowlife, saying the field is ready and apologizing for his grudge against lowlifes. Hoon pulls the pin on the tear gas and throws it, causing the lowlife to scream and flail wildly as the gas spreads. Kang charges in, knowing that since the lowlife deflected bullets, this pain must be new to it. As Kang attacks, he realizes the lowlife is tough, but he is likely more accustomed to pain. He knocks the lowlife's axe from its hand and unleashes a flurry of rapid strikes. His hand tingles, and he wonders why the creature is so resilient. Just then, a new man arrives, questioning the reinforcements. Hoon notices Kang's blade is damaged, and Kang worries he might exhaust himself. The newcomer jumps in and slices the lowlife, but it's unclear if the attack is effective. Impressed by the man's speed, Kang wonders who he is. The man suggests the lowlife has a separate weakness, since it is the boss of an F-rank dungeon. They agree to work together, and as Kang's sword breaks, he spots the lowlife's axe. He grabs it, aiming for its joints instead of its protected eyes. However, to their shock, the axe ends up lodged in the lowlife's butt cheeks. Embarrassed, Kang apologizes to the creature. Thanks for sticking with me all the way through to this action-packed journey. We've watched Kang face incredible challenges, from sneaking into enemy camps to unlocking new skills and battling powerful enemies. And the twist with the lowlife's unexpected weakness. Who saw that coming? But Kang's journey is far from over. The stakes are getting higher, and new threats are on the horizon. Will these new abilities be enough to survive what's next? If you're ready to see Kang push his limits even further, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next chapter. Stay tuned for more action, surprises, and of course, epic battles. See you in the next one.